ahead. It's 9:31. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share, well, let me just talk a little bit first, and then I'm going to share my screen. So thank you, those of you who've joined us. Like I said earlier, if you want to put in the chat something that you want to know about Canva, and I'm going to spend about 30 minutes on it, going over some of the stuff. And then the last 30 minutes, we'll try to go over some questions, answer some questions or concerns that you guys might have. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now because I do have my Canva open. And the first thing I'm going to go over is the pricing of Canva. Can everyone see my screen? Just give me a thumbs up if you can. Perfect. Good. So Canva is free. However, with that free version, you are limited to some of the features they have within Canva. As a business owner, I would suggest that you go ahead and upgrade to the Canva Pro account because you're going to unlock so many features that you did not have access to with the free version. So Canva Pro for the year, we purchase it yearly because you save 16% if you do. If you purchase it for the year, it's $120 for the year. So that is an amazing price for all the things that you can do within Canva as a real estate agent. As a real estate agent, you're able to, create and post your social media flyers. You're able to do business cards. You're able to do testimonials, all sorts of stuff. So we'll go over that in just a minute as well. But I just wanted to go over that pricing because some of you guys I know are going to ask, well, how much is it? It's $120. I would lock into this price in case it goes up in the next year or so. You can also try Canva Pro free for 30 days. In order to do that, yes, you do have to put in your credit card information. And then once the 30 days runs out, if you don't cancel that subscription, then it will start charging you monthly for the Canva Pro. Any questions on that? Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of my stuff really quick. So the way you get to pricing is once you're logged in, you go here to your settings, and you'll see over here on the left-hand side, it's going to pull up billing information, which that's where you can see pricing and stuff. But I want to pretty much concentrate today on once you log in, your dashboard, what it looks like. So this is, once you've logged in, this is your dashboard, your homepage, whatever you want to call it. This is what it looks like. I would suggest always keeping this bar open. You can close it out by just pushing that close out menu. But I would go ahead and keep it open because it pulls up some other stuff that's quickly available to you. So here's my dashboard. You can click on any of these up here for Instagram posts, Facebook posts, documents you want to bring in. If you want to do a whiteboard, any of that stuff is up here. The best thing I would suggest you using is this search bar up here. So for instance, let's say that we wanted to do a just sold flyer. You would just type in just sold, push enter, of course, and it's gonna pull up my designs that I've done so far for just sold. It's only gonna pull up a preview. You can always click here to see all for all of them to pull up. But then it's also gonna pull up down here all the just solds that Canva has. And as you can see, there's 20,000 currently just solds in here. So the ones that you see with the little crown on the lower right-hand side, those are the pro version. So that's why I'm saying that it's best to go ahead and pay. So then you have access to these pro versions. They seem to be a little bit more elegant, a little bit more bold. And so I would suggest doing that. So for instance, let's say we wanted to customize this just sold Instagram post. You would just click on it. You would say customize this template. But before I do that, I want to show you, let's say that you love this look, it really fits your brand and what you're looking for. You can always click these three dots here and share it with a team member. You could also look at this person who created it to see what else they have created. And it also pulls up down here more like this. So it shows you more of kind of what you're already looking at. So just so you know about that. So we're going to do customize this template. taking a minute to pull everything up, so I apologize about that. All right, so of course, you don't want to post this with someone else's number and all that information on it. You want to go ahead and customize this. I like to go ahead and once you click here on the colors, I like to go ahead and use our maximum one color. I like to go ahead and put in our information. Another thing you can do, whoops, let's undo that. Another thing I like to do is I like to, if I'm doing a just sold for one of our agents, I like to go ahead and add in their picture. So I already have a folder with all of our agents' pictures saved in it. This is a great thing about Canva is you can create folders so then you have everything right there at your fingertips. Let's say that I want to add this agent, but this is what Ellen was talking about, the background remover. So once I've added her, let's say I don't want that gray background that she sent in. Once I've clicked on this picture, I can click this background remover and it's going to take it off. And now I can just have it like that. That looks way better than with the background. You can resize it. You can do what you need to do to it. Right now, this is for, what did we say, an Instagram post. It says up here, Instagram. Let's say I want to resize this whole Instagram post to fit the sizing for something else. You can come up here to this resize button. And let's say I want to make it for a postcard instead. So I can click postcard. I like to always say copy and resize. So then I have my Instagram post and then I'm going to have my postcard as well within my dashboard. So I'm going to open it up. Sometimes when they resize it, because it's a different size, it's going to be a little bit wacky. So like some of this, I might have to move around, make it a little bit, more customized, move her over some. But man, it sure does beat having to start over again and from scratch. So let's say we're done. We're happy with how it looks. I'm just going to take this off. Of course, you'd want to add your broker's number and your phone number as well, your cell phone number. You're going to go ahead and click this share button. You're going to click download and you're going to pick what you want. Do you want to download as a PNG file because you are going to post it on social media? Are you going to print these? So if you are, you would want to do this PDF print. And once you've done that, you would just click download and then it's there in your computer. The good thing with Canva too is anything you do, you can print it right from Canva. All you would have to do is pick this button and push this button. The quality is really good as well. So this beats the extra step of having to go to, I don't know, any local, print shop to have it printed. You can just push this button and put in your information, your home address where you want it delivered to, and it will arrive at your door within the next few days. So as a real estate business owner, some of the things I did want to tell you is you can create your just solds, which we just went over on here. You can put your open houses. You can do your just listed, any of your checklists that you currently have, like for instance, photo day checklists that you want to do for your clients. I know that what we do is when our clients getting ready to have pictures of their house taken, we send them over. Here is your checklist of what needs to be done. And I'll show you an example of that right now. Let me go into ours and show you if I have it saved correctly. Also in your dashboard, all of your newest creations are going to be up here towards the top. That's why it says recent designs here. But if you need to find something that you created months ago, you would just come up here and you would type it in. So I'm going to type in moving checklist and see where mine is that I have created. Here it is. Here's all my designs. But if you didn't have a design yet, you would look at Canva. Canva has some moving day checklists in here that you can go ahead and create and brand and then send it to your client via text or email. So then they know what to do. So for instance, I'm going to make this full screen so you guys can see it a little bit better. Here's our moving day checklist. Like I said, you can do moving day checklist, photo checklist, anything like that. So here's ours. We have our contact information over here, but this is very easy for you to go in and create and brand to your colors. Other checklists that you can make are educational tips. You can also create testimonials within Canva to post onto your social media site. So those are just some of the posts you can do, like templates you can do. But I also wanted to show you over here that you can create also videos as well within Canva. And Canva's videos they're outstanding. So let me go ahead and type in the word videos. Okay, there's some that we've already done. For instance, if you don't like your picture really big in a video, this was a client that had a sale and it was one of our clients in North Carolina. So I posted this to social media, but I didn't want my picture overtaking it. So I just did it small within here, which is something you can do in Canva, just talking about it. So I'll go ahead and play this real quick so you guys can see what that looked like. Picture is one of our clients at the closing table. A little bit of backstory about her. She had reached out to us about selling her property in Hazel, North Carolina. It had been in her family for quite some time. She was ready to downsize. She said that she was not getting any younger. Her words were that she was getting ready to turn 70 and she was going to make this move. She wanted to do it now. So we took a look at the property. We told her the things that needed to be done to get it ready for the market. She was a dream client. She listened to everything we said. That helped get this to the closing table, and we were honored to be a part of her story. So I just took this and I posted it to our social media. Easy to do. Let's say I wanted to still do this, but for a different client, all I would do would come up here to these three dots and go to make a copy and switch out the picture and the information on it. If you need to start from scratch, here's all these videos within Canva that you can use their templates and just brand it for yourself. Another use that most real estate agents use for videos is market reports. So some of you, with your market report, you might just, put up the numbers and expect, your followers to understand what that means. But it'd be even more impactful if you put those numbers up and you go ahead and do a little video off to the side like this, talking about those numbers and what that means in your real estate market. So I will try to pull up an example of that. While I'm looking for that, though, I did want to let you guys know, too, that not only is there the background remover for the pro version of Canva, but we also have like a magic erase. So I'll go over that really quick. Let me pull up FMLS or market stats with the video. All right, so here's one that I did back in November. It was a market stat. I'll go ahead and play it for you guys just so you see what I'm talking about. I'm a visual person. I like for someone to visually show me what they're talking about. So let's go ahead and take a look at October 2024 market stats that were happening here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so that's just a little preview. So on this particular one, let's say that I wanted to change out this picture. Very easy to do. All you would do is click on the picture itself, and then you would come over here. There we go. And you can upload a picture you already have within your Canva to change it out if you wanted to. Or you could choose one from the photos that that Canva already has, like all their stock photos that they have in here. Let's say that I wanted to change this to a spring market report, and that's the picture I wanted to use. But let's say I wanted to remove those shoes, that I didn't like those. All you would do is you would click on that and click edit. course, my Canva is being weird as I'm trying to teach today. There we go. All right, so I've clicked on edit, and let's say I want to erase those shoes. I would just click this magic eraser, and I want to also show you that if you click this arrow, it's going to show you other stuff you could do. Let's say I wanted to replace the shoes with something else like, I don't know, bigger roses or something. You could do that as well, which is crazy. But I want to erase the shoes. So I'm going to click this magic eraser. You can use the brush. You can click. You can say it's just the foreground you want to remove. It has different options here. You can change your brush size. I'm going to click that and click on the shoes that I want to remove. And then I'm going to click the word erase over here. And it's doing its magic right now. And ta-da, all done. And now you can see those feet, those shoes are gone from that picture. So we have that. The other thing is, let's say that you found a photo and you really like it, but you want to change the color of the flowers to fit your brand. Let's say you want to change them to blue instead. Same thing, you would go to edit. You could come down to adjust. And it already like has some of these colors, like here are the colors within the picture. Trying to find where it has that at. I can't find it right now, but you can click on each one, but there is an option where you can just change the flower colors like with one click. All right, so I'm going to go back to our home dashboard and go over some stuff. Let's go over here, like on the tip of the day. This is one thing that we've created. Let's say that, let's say I wanted to fix some of this wording in here, that I wanted it to be adjusted correctly. So I would just, you can lock elements too. So like this right here, this overlay, I can right click it and go over to lock. So it stays in place. That way, when I highlight these to tidy them up, I can right click on them and go to space evenly and click tidy up in one click. And then I can move them. I can also group these. So then anytime I want to move them on the page, I can click on it and it's all grouped together and I can move it on the page. The good thing about Canva too is that it will show you with these purple lines when you've got things aligned on it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you also that if I'm in a design already and I want to add something that I've previously created, what I could do is I can click here and I can come to my projects. And let's say I want to add that just sold that I had just created from earlier. I don't have to go back and copy and paste all of it. I can just choose, okay, here's all my projects. It pulled them up. This is what I want to add. And it just pops it in there for you. So you're not having to copy and paste it, open a brand new window. Again, you're going to have to adjust it so it fits your current dimensions of the design you're working on. Okay, as I go back to my home page, I wanted to explain also about this brand kit. This brand kit, you want to take some time to go ahead and build out your brand, your brand colors, your brand controls, your brand templates. If you want to work on templates, it's already branded for you, but especially this brand kit. This is our brand kit that we've taken time to create. It has all of our logos posted in it. And those of you from Maximum One that are on this call or on this Zoom, your logos you can find in Paperless Pipeline in the reference section. And if you don't see them in there, just contact your branch manager and ask them where they're located so you can get your logos and you can upload them to your brand kit. I have our colors that we use the most. You can put your favorite fonts in here so then you're not having to, redo. You can also do a brand voice, which is pretty cool as well. Canva has lots of apps as well built into them. If there's not an app that you see on your homepage, you can always look for one. For instance, if you work a lot with QR codes, you can type in the word QR codes and you can pull up one of those to, let's say you want a QR code to take your client to your link tree. You can create a QR code within Canva for that. And as I said at the beginning of this Zoom, that Canva is coming out with new things all the time. So on like in April, they're coming out with some new features. So some of this may change. So some of the things that we've created from a real estate standpoint in here is open houses. You can create your email signatures within Canva. I suggest that all of you do this so you have a professional email looking signature. Once you're done, of course, you just come over here to share, you go to download, save it as a PNG file, and then upload it to whichever email you're using. If it's Gmail, you just go to your settings and you swap out the picture. Now, let's say you created something, but you don't want to see it on your dashboard anymore. You can come over here to these three dots and you can either move it to your trash or you can move it to a folder if you have folders created. You can share this. Let's say that Alan really liked this. I can do copy link and I can email Alan the link and it will be a link sent to him that he can use that template. It's not going to affect mine that I have in here. It's not going to make changes to mine. He just copies it and he has his own version of it. It's almost like Google Drive. Those of you that are familiar with Google Drive, and you go make a copy, send it to someone, and then they, have a copy of their own to go ahead and make it and brand it for their franchise. There's so many things in here, guys, that we can't cover it all. But I do recommend that you come over here and you get in Canva and you play with what they have. Look at all their different apps. Check out the things from some of your favorite creators within Canva so you can see what they've already made and some things that you want to duplicate, for instance. So that is Canva. That's how Canva works. There's a whole lot more, but I do want to leave time for questions. Does anyone have any questions that I can answer? If you do, please go ahead and unmute yourself. And while you're asking your questions, I'm going to go ahead and check the chat as well. Right. So we had a few chats. So we had one that said, do you post directly to social media from Canva? You can. I can show you how you would do that. There is a content creator within Canva, only available for pro users. So it's not available with the free version. You have to have your pro account to do that. I used to use it a lot. I don't anymore, just because now when I go on to my Facebook and I use the Meta business that connects my Instagram and my Facebook. And so I use that for all my scheduling out of post. But you can do that within Canva. All you would have to do is go into Canva and use their content creator, and you can schedule your post out that way. You can also connect some of your stuff to Canva. For instance, our MailChimp is connected to our Canva. You have to do the same steps you would do for anything else. You would have to put in your, your username, your password, then make sure the two are talking to each other. So we have our MailChimp connected, we have our Instagram connected, we have our Facebook connected, all that kind of stuff. Okay, someone asked, would you cover how to embed a video in a design and make it round? Okay, I will come back to that one in just a second. Okay, this person asked, what posts would you suggest we post every day from Canva? Well, I would definitely make sure you're incorporating different things. Maybe one day, first of all, let me back up a little bit. There's content calendars. I'll be happy to send one to Ellen and he can send it out, or we can send it out to all of our franchise owners and then they can send it out. But I wouldn't post the same thing every day or the same type of content. I would definitely mix it up and do like videos, maybe on Mondays, on Wednesdays, do a social media post. On Thursdays, maybe do a testimonial Thursday from one of your clients. Friday, cover what's going on for the weekend in your area. But I would definitely monthly make sure you're doing any of your just solds or your just listeds. Also making sure you're doing any testimonials from any clients. It's really weird with the algorithms now. Static posts aren't doing very well nowadays. A lot of the video posters is where it's at, and you guys want to keep them short too, because just the attention span nowadays is very short. People want to see short videos, so keep it short and just keep it to the point. All right, so I'm going to go back to that question where it talks about, would you cover how to embed a video in a design and make it round? Sure, let me go ahead and go back to sharing my screen. All right. So for this particular one that I did where the video is round, let's just make, I'm going to actually go ahead back and make a copy so you guys can see. Okay, that just made a copy and it tells you up here. Here's your copy. It says copy of our client's closing. This video here, let's say I wanted to delete that one and put in a new video. Well, I just have the frame here. That's how it turned out round for the person who's asking. And the way to make that round, you would just come over here to Elements, click on Elements, and you can type in the word frame. And you can do whatever kind of frame you want. If you want a square frame, click that one. Your video will be square once you put it in. You could adjust it to however you want. So let's say we want a square frame instead of the round one, and then you would come over to your uploads. Let's say you uploaded your own video. Your images are all here, but your videos, if you uploaded a video, they're going to be under this tab. So here's all the videos we've done in the past. Let's say I want this video to go in there. I would just pop it in there.
From our family to yours, from Amicalola Falls. Happy Thanksgiving.
Let's say I wanted to move it so their faces are more in the frame. You could do that. Let's say I wanted to adjust it. You can come up here to the scissors and you could trim it. So some of that ending of it, let's say your video was a little long and at the end you feel like you're rambling, you could adjust that as well. You could also turn the volume down in it, so when it plays on social media, it's more of a soft voice instead. Let's say I don't like this square and I want to go back to the round one. You would just click the element, pick the round one. You could right click over here and do detach video, pop it into that round one, delete the square one, and then readjust this to come towards the bottom, towards the top, wherever you want it at. And then when you download it, you want to make sure that you download it as the MP4 video. So then it's playing as a video on your, if you're posting it on social media, that's how you want to download it like that. You also want to, if you're doing social media under this quality, you want to go down to where it says for social media. So then it's not taking so long to upload to, your social media sites. So I hope that answers that question on how to make it round, how to post a social media video. You can add elements like on this one, I added an arrow to point to the client. All right, did someone say something? I'm sorry. I thought there was a question that was asked. Okay, let me go
Someone
back.
also asked, how did you make the arrow?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll show you that too real quick. So you can go ahead and come over to elements again. I just went over and typed the word arrow. You can be more specific and type in white arrow, orange arrow, whatever you want. You can click this filters, and I wanted one that moved. So I clicked animated, and I wanted a white one. And oops, hold on, let me go back. All right, there we go. So I clicked arrow. I wanted the ones that moved. Here's what it came up with. I want to click this see all. And here's all the arrows that move. Now, some of these you can change their color. So you don't have to be specific and say white arrow. You can always use one of these and then change the color later. Like for instance, you could say you want that arrow. I might choose this one instead. I may want it to last. Here's the arrow. I might want it to last throughout the whole video. So I would go ahead and adjust this and slide it to where it lasts throughout the whole video and just not this first part of the frame of the video. So here's one where you can change the colors. Like I said, not all of them allow you to change the colors, but some of them do. So let's say I just wanted to make it blue and gray. You can change it like that. Does that help answer the question, Alan? About changing, about the arrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. That's easy. So if you guys are looking for arrows, for anything like that, you would just come over here to this elements, and you can click arrow. You can say, let's say I want the Facebook icon. It will pull up everything that's related to like Facebook icons. But remember, right now we have it filtered to animated. So let's say I want to uncheck that because I want to see what static ones they have as well. So here's all the icons there. You could use this on your business card when you're putting what your Facebook link is for your Facebook page, business page. Okay. I think that, let me just double check our chats and make sure that we have one person asking about AI is different from chat GPT within Canva. It's very different. You have to have the pro version to be able to use the AI stuff within Canva.
Have you been using the AI portion of Canva very much? I know I haven't personally. I'm not real familiar with it. What exactly does Canva's AI do?
So I've used it when it first came out, but it's always changing. But you could do stuff like, let's say that, for instance, I'm pulling up this one. Let's say, for instance, that it does a lot. There's different things. I've only played around with it for a little bit, but let's say I wanted to change this to look like it has houses all over it, manipulate the picture. You would just type that in and it would give you some choices. And some of their stuff gives you just a certain amount of tokens, like you're only allowed to change it like 3 times for the day. And then you have to, you're not happy with any of those, and you have to go back the next day and try it again. I'm trying to see where, because I hadn't used it much, I don't think it's pulling up automatically on my side. What you use the most is going to pull up the most over here on this side. That is, honestly, the AI with Canva is a whole other teaching series. And I don't feel confident enough to teach that until I knew more about it, only because I've used it just a few times. I'm sure there's so much more you can do. But you can look at different videos within YouTube of people who have used AI integrated with their Canva Pro account and how they manipulate it and use it. So sorry, I'm not much help in that department. Any other questions?
I feel overwhelmed still.
I know.
That's kind of one of the hard parts with Canva, because there's just so many different things that you can do. When it comes to, are you going to use it for social media? Are you using it for print? There's just so many different options that it can feel really, really overwhelming. I know for
Yeah.
me, if you do have the pro version, being able to go in and jump into all the extra projects out there, that's the thing that makes your life so much easier, when you can take what's already out there and just kind of put your own spin on it. For me personally, I don't know if that's what, cut and paste and copy from the from all the other designs out there. So many choices.
Yeah, I would suggest, because it's so, well, let me say this. I would suggest, because there is so much within here and it is overwhelming, just like when people open up their KV Core / Bold Trail, it's like they don't even want to touch it because they're overwhelmed. You guys have to try one thing a week. Try work on a template, a just sold template, play around with it. You're not going to break anything. You're not going to mess anything up. You don't like it, delete it, start again. Maybe the next week work on creating a video within it. And the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. And then you're going to be confident in those. And then pretty soon you're going to be like me and have your dashboard filled with stuff. So there's so many helpful videos too on YouTube. And Canva does have a support team also. It does take a couple, it's not by phone, it's by email. It does take a couple days for them to get back to you. So don't try to be last minute and then panic and be like, I need help with this. Kind of work on it, a week ahead of time. And then if you run into a problem, go ahead and email them so they can help. This button down here too on the Ask Canva. Oh, can you guys still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you can go ahead and say something like how to add an arrow element. And it will generate, by AI, it will generate like what it thinks it's answering what it thinks you're asking. And pretty much every time I've used that, it's gotten me to where, the answer I need. So just keep that in mind. That question mark down there is your friend. You want to use it. One more thing that I forgot to show you, you can always click this upload. You can even upload a PDF file, and then you can take the elements on that PDF file and manipulate them within Canva, and then save it as a PNG file and put it on your social media. So that's something that I really like and I've been using a lot lately.
Can I add one thing?
Yes.
Okay, so you can like if you're doing something within Chat GPT and say maybe you want something in Canva and you don't have the updated version or the paid for version of Chat GPT, it will tell you, you can ask it to tell you how to do it in Canva and it will show you the steps.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Thank you for that.
That's snazzy.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything they'd like to add? If you've used Canva, do you want to add anything that you specifically use it for? Now's the time to share.
Going once, twice, three times. Anybody have any other questions for Amy? And it's all quiet.
I
So
will say, Alan, I forgot to mention this. One other thing that I do, and I know you guys use some of this as well. I do have a lady that I have used to kind of cut down my time on Canva. She has some templates that's just specific for real estate that I've used her to purchase my templates, and it's a lifetime subscription. So I've just paid one-time fee, and I think it's even cheaper now than what I paid for it. I think it's like $400, and you get all these templates, and then it's easier and even faster for you to customize them for your information. So I can also send that information out to franchise owners, and then they can send it out to their agents if they want to.
okay.
All right.
Right. Well, thank you again, Amy. We sure
You're
appreciate
welcome.
all your assistance. I think next week, I'm covering, I believe I'm going to be going over what to do when your listing isn't selling, you know, how to revive a stale listing. That's going to be next week's mastermind. Thank everybody for coming on, and especially Amy, thank you and Neil for jumping in and teaching this week. We sure appreciate y'all so very much. So have a great
Absolutely.
week. If we can be of any service, please call us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Alan.
Thank you, Amy, for your time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.